WIBTA if I said my coworker's brother's death wasn't a tragedy due to how preventable it was. Original. WIBTA if I said my coworker's brother's death wasn't a tragedy due to how preventable it was. By you, me being a throwaway on Am I the Asshole? August 2022. Last week has been quite a disaster for my coworker. 30F. You can call her Allie, etc. But anyway, I remember her being confident and content the day we went into work. Her brother Rhett, 26M, would end up falling off a roof of his house hours later. From what I've heard, he was conscious at the time of the hit and believed he was okay and that he felt fine, so he didn't call emergency services. Turns out he was really messed up internally and died. When I found out Allie's brother died, I was in shock and saddened by her loss. I couldn't imagine losing a sibling. However, when I heard more information, I couldn't help but think he was reckless. What was he doing on the roof? Why didn't he just call for emergency services just in case? If that was me, I would have definitely have done that, especially knowing something like this could put my family through grief and sorrow if it ended fatally. It was unfortunate that they had to lose him. But when I think of tragedy, he's just not what I think of. Careless and reckless deaths don't belong in the same context of tragedy as other types of deaths. Now, I would never ever say this to Allie, but I've considered venting this to other friends or coworkers. But I just don't know if they would see my point or not. Many of the coworkers especially seem like the type who would disagree with my stance, but it only makes me feel it stronger in a sense. A reason why this would come off as asshole-type behavior is that Rhett was a minimum wage worker from lower class income, and he may have just decided to let it go because he was afraid of being in steep medical debt if he went to the hospital. I do see the point of how class would have an effect on his death, but I don't know if that was really his reasoning. I don't know him well and I'm not a minimum wage worker. Would just simply venting to someone I knew who knew Allie or Rhett, other than Allie, be out of line, or is it okay? Oop is unanimously deemed the asshole, with most commenters telling her not say anything to anybody about her personal opinions at all. Oop keeps insisting that her take is the correct one and that Allie should get over her brother's death soon because the misconceptions are hurting her. Oop also thinks that she is the only rational one and feelings can be trumped by facts. Commenter asks why Oop needs to vent at all since Rhett's death has nothing to do with her. Oop responds by saying she has been very selfless and she needs a place to tell people how Allie's grief is messing things up and that Allie is slacking at work. Oop continues to insist that she has the right to say what she wants because of right to free speech. My supervisor is ruining any chance of me and my new coworkers bonding. On advice. August 2022. Now I know I, 28F, mentioned my new supervisor, 50SF. Isn't very nice, but I feel like I'm in a tough spot because I have two new coworkers and they seem nice but somewhat intimidating, but in a personal sense. The older one, 50SM, is a middle-aged man named Ian and the same age group as my supervisor, so I think she likes him better. The younger one, mid-20SM, is really fast at working and seems to adjust quickly. His name is Laszlo. I know, dumb name. And he looks younger than me, but I feel she likes him better because he can handle pressure. Now she doesn't completely like them better and she still complains at everyone, but she complains at us more because we aren't new. I really wanted to get along with my new coworkers, but I feel my supervisor is ruining that with her rudeness. She is so petty and complains that I need to fix my workplace and try harder. I do so much without credit, but I'm always trying and she just so happens to come in at the most awkward times to make it intimidating. I don't have anything against my new coworkers and I think they will soon notice how terrible my Supervisor is but people at my work tend not to agree with me. Oh my god. I'm going to get fired. I know it. On True Off My Chest. September 2022. I've 28F. Been working this job for 4 years. It's a great atmosphere and a wonderful pay. However, my middle-aged supervisor has been nothing but intimidating to me and I don't know how I'll get past her. In addition, some of my coworkers now give me glares and one of them accused me of narcissism behind my back. My supervisor called me in to discuss my behavior and asked if I said the things I said and I denied it because I'm not a terrible person. I did say some things behind coworkers' backs but nothing that was super harmful and some of the others have done the same, so why am I being singled out? This needs to blow over soon or I'm screwed. Commenters predict Oop will get fired, while Oop denies she did anything wrong and that she won't get fired. Thanksgiving post on True Off My Chest. November 2022. Note from poster. Took out the miscellaneous people and only kept it to her coworkers. Throwaway because while this is event, I don't want the people I'm addressing this to seeing it before I get the chance to apologize. Personally, last names won't be revealed for personal reasons. I'm supposed to be thankful today and I am. Thankful for everything I have and for every moment that keeps me alive. But I've felt like people weren't truly thankful for me and I know there's people here who rightfully won't be thankful of me. Laszlo, I was horribly judgmental to you before I even got to know you. It hurts knowing how wrong I was. I even made fun of your name. I think I was truly jealous of your success and knowledge despite you being younger than me. Although both of us are in our 20s. I was super petty to you and treated you with so much disrespect that it was appalling. Allie, you have always been such a sweet individual. I took your words and judged them for not being within my views. And it was rude. We may see very differently politically, but it's not like your views would ever destroy me or my family. Connor, I knew you had more potential. I didn't tell you and I know it's distanced us because you never thought I took your line of career. Kindly. We don't all have to like the same things. Rhett, rest in peace. Your sister loved you a lot and I had no right coming off as elitist even after you died. Low class doesn't mean you weren't a good person on the inside. Update. WIBTA If I said my coworker's brother's death wasn't a tragedy due to how preventable it was. On AITAH. May 26, 2023. This was last year and I know I 29F. Originally posted on the other Am I the Asshole? But I've always found this community nicer and more understanding. Plus I've been told about this from other subs besides these type. I do regret some of my behavior received from when other Redditors criticized me. I talked way out of line and while I did get some harsh responses from the woke community calling me elitist, plus some internet snobs trying to diagnose me, but I still believe that on my end, I still messed up as an asshole. Allie, 31F, did find out sometime about why I believed my beliefs. For reference, her younger brother Rhett, 26M, passed away from head injuries sustained falling off his house roof. He survived the initial fall, thinking he was fine, but died in his home hours later. I said to other coworkers that he shouldn't have been on his roof because that was reckless. I stated his death can't be tragic because he should have called emergency services and that him working minimum wage wasn't an excuse. I know my behavior is wrong now. I feel guilty since Allie found out because she is a sweet woman and I didn't want to be her enemy. She never brought up her family again in front of me, which made me feel even worse because she was acting like she wasn't allowed to talk about them in front of me when I never would say that to her. I know she really misses him regardless of how anyone perceives her beliefs and I never want to get in the way of that. There was a time where I genuinely thought I would lose my job after the way some people took my controversial words of his non-tragic death. I do not have any biases and I love everyone. My faith is an important influence on my daily life and I believe it has brought me here to be a better person. I do not know Rhett well and have not met him enough times to have any true opinion on him anyway. I know he and Allie were sweet siblings based on what others said at the time. In November, I profusely apologized to several people, including her and her family, with mixed results. As of now, Allie has been a lot more annoyed with me, and before she used to be nice and not let the small stuff bother her. It's like she was mad at me before, but she didn't focus on that as much and tried to be nice anyway. A lot of the reason why she's gotten less tolerant of me is her new bond with a fellow coworker, Olivia, 31F, who has never liked me and always tells everyone how I am so rude and hard to work with. I don't care about Olivia, but she's really affected my life within the year. There are even some people who dislike me who didn't yet work for the company during the time Allie's brother died. So this is unrelated. Allie thankfully has been happier and everyone, including me, really enjoys her. I still have a wonderful life. I married in January and I am currently 10 weeks pregnant. But I feel like her life has gone up while mine goes down. I know it will all be better and I've had a much happier year than last year. But the loneliness of having few who relate to me is a terrible feeling. But it's a part of life and I will move forward no matter how long it takes. Most all commenters still don't believe Oop has learned anything at all. Oop believes she has learned her lesson and has had major consequences, earned and unearned. Throughout the last year, she continues to play the victim and says she is trying to improve as a person. This Oop must be one of the most self-involved ones I have seen yet. Laszlo being a ridiculous name? Man, the entire country of Hungary would disagree with you on that one. She has victim syndrome. Can any death of a family member ever be described as non-tragic death? How ridiculous that even sounds. Wait till she finds out babies are all feelings and no logic. Hey, I know your brother died and you're really upset about it. But it's not a tragedy since he obviously deserved to die for not going to the hospital when he thought he was fine. If this is real, Oop is lucky she didn't get her teeth kicked in. Because if I personally was dealing with the death of my brother while also trying to keep up appearances at work and heard someone talking like this, oh, I'd be in jail by the end of the day. This is a fascinating look into the mind of a narcissist. She could have literally avoided all of the workplace drama if she talked about Allie's brother to people outside the workplace, or posted about it online. But no, she had to get real-time validation. But I feel like her life has gone up while mine goes down. Her brother is dead. Oop has her husband, has her baby, has her job, and still can't stop from fixating on Allie. She's dense, too. If she thinks that new people disliking her and her comments about Rhett are unrelated, it doesn't matter that they weren't around at the time. Someone had to have told them about the nasty woman who was cruel about a man who died tragically. I hope nothing but the best for her baby and that they fall far, far from the tree. What a psychopath. God help that baby. This has to be bait LMAO. Will she view her eventual firing and ostracism as a tragedy or not? I mean, it is completely preventable. Still refers to Rhett's death as non-tragic, references her faith being important while saying some truly vile things, has political disagreements with others and judges them for not having her views. Typical. My faith is an important influence on my daily life, and I believe it has brought me here to be a better person. That figures. Many of the truly vile people I've met, who think nothing of exploiting others or saying whatever mean things come into their mind, also believe that their faith makes them a better person. What a terrible human being. My faith is an important influence on my daily life, and I believe it has brought me here to be a better person. Religion. Nothing like the non-judgmental stance of a religious person. She didn't learn anything, and probably never really will. I feel for the people around her. She hasn't changed one bit. She specifies in her update that his death was non-tragic. I'm surprised there wasn't a wedding-related post complaining about a toast not complimenting her enough or something like that. It's so weird how people can be like, religion makes you a better person, but they forget compassion like it's apparently an optional DLC. Someone needs to tell Op that regardless of whether she thinks she's right or not, shutting the F up is absolutely free. Me. Can't wait for the follow-ups about her impending divorce or how her husband pays too much attention to their child. Yikes.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.